Willie D Live.
What's up, family? A pastor asked his congregants to show him their tax returns to prove that they were paying their fair share of tithes. And for that, he was promptly dragged all over social media. I ain't got no problem with that. Family, the pastor say, y'all gonna stop playing in my face, man. Y'all gonna stop playing in my face come Sunday morning. We're gonna start doing things a little differently around here. Check it out.
Next week, I am asking that all church members bring a copy of your tax return so that I can review them. I'm going to put a stop to some of y'all playing in my face during tithes and offerings on Sunday morning. Amen. It's tight, but it's right. Thanks next week.
It's tight, but it's right. Is this a pastor or a rapper? It's tight, but it's right. Family. The worst part ain't even him asking or demanding that they show him their tax returns. The worst part is how they complied and said, amen. Amen. Y'all really agree with that? What type of people are y'all? Like, see, this is the type of thing that would make me distance myself from the congregation. Like, if I'm a visitor, man, I'm like, they're brainwashed. You can't talk to me like that, man. You can't handle me like that. You just ain't gonna be able to do that to me. And I'd be damned if I'm gonna let you see my tax returns to prove that I'm worthy of being in your church, because that's really what it comes down to. You got to pay to play. You want to come to this church, you got to spend money. And we ask for a minimum of 10%. So let's talk about this 10%. That 10% is really like a guideline, right? That it's not a mandatory thing. It's a suggested thing, right? Which means that, there really ain't a set amount, a set percentage that you should give for charity, but it's a recommended percentage. Like, 10% is good. You should probably give back 10% of your earnings to charity, right? But here's the thing. It does not say that you have to exclusively give 10% to the church. That 10% can go anywhere on, at any time for whatever amount that you made in a week or a month or a year, right? So I don't believe that the church should just automatically get 10%. I don't believe that. But I do like that 10% as, a guideline. I kind of like that. I think 10% is fair, but at the end of the day, you should give what's in your heart to give, right? Whatever your heart say give, that's what you should really give. You might want to give 100%. You might want to give 50%. You might want to give 40. You might want to give 5. You might not have anything to give but your presence. And that is supposed to be the most important thing about coming to church. Because the pastor is supposed to be in the business of saving souls. Correct me if I'm wrong. All my Bible thumpers out there, my holy rollers, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. It's supposed to be about saving souls. So basically what he's trying to do is put a price tag on saving souls. Look, this gonna cost you 10%. And to make sure that you pay your fair share, I need to look at them damn tax returns. Fool, I'm buying them. I'm trying to come into church to get the word. I'm not buying a car. I'm not here to buy a car. I'm not here to buy a home. I'm here. Why am I showing you my tax returns? I'm here to get the word. Since when does the word mandate that I have to give you a 10% and show you my tax returns? I don't like dude. That's the type of pastor that I couldn't rock with, I got a lot of pastor friends, but I would not rock with a dude that get down like that. That reeks of corruption to me. Show us the books. That's basically what he's saying. I need to see the books. I need to see the books. The fact that the congregation said amen, that's the worst part of it. The worst part ain't even him asking or demanding to see your tax returns. The worst part is the congregation saying amen. Y'all are a bunch of dummies. I hope that some of you congregants who was in attendance hear what I'm saying. I hope you see this video. You are foolish. You know how stupid you have to be to agree to something like that, to say amen to something like that? Amen is affirmation. That's you saying, like, I agree with what you're saying. Amen? Amen. No, man, like how slow you got to be. I hope you don't have kids because you have nothing to offer them. See, okay, I'm about to hurt some feelings. I know I'm going to hurt somebody's feeling right here. But I take my chances because I got to call a striker striking the ball a ball. Black people hate everything about slavery except Christianity. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Like, it's time for these dudes to sit down. But they can't sit down because they got hundreds and sometimes thousands of parishioners hanging on to their every word, believing everything they say. Giving some of these people be signing over the mortgage to their homes. Some of these people be giving these pastors brand new cars and they don't even have a car. Give them all of their money. Man, you know how slow you got to be. When I think about, let me tell you how I know how I know most people in the United States are slow. When I look at the people who blindly support Donald Trump, when I look at the people who blindly support these pastors, and when I look at the trolls on the internet and the people who comment on the internet who need to be on medication, I'm like, man, we're surrounded. We're surrounded by the uncivilized. There are a lot of people in this country that are sick in the head, can't be helped. And that is indicative of why this country is in such bad shape. It's a lot of people out here that are just sick in the head. They can't be saved. A joker like that pastor, he could never run game on me. Nobody, they couldn't run game on me like that. That pastor couldn't run game on me. Trump can't run game on me by saying by just saying, well, the American people, or the American people, the American people. Then at the end of his speech, say, God bless America. But at the same time, he stealing, sending people to war for an unjust war. He padding his pockets with all revenue, giving billion-dollar contracts to his friends and relatives, while at the same time spending $250-something million on a ballroom, while at the same time creating a so-called entity of the government called DOGE, that's supposed to stand for Department of Government Efficiency. He's supposed to cut back and save the taxpayers' money, but at the same time, he's suing the taxpayers for $10 billion. And I'm supposed to believe that? I'm not that stupid. But it's millions and millions of people in this country who are. This is why even when you start talking about the internet, I had to one day realize that, yo, I can't really take what these people on the internet say personally, because half the comments I see are bots. And another good majority of them are people who should be on medication. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.